basic breathing drill to enforce abdominal breathing to help you breathe normally. What you gotta do is you gotta place one hand on your chest, the other hand on your belly button, lie back down, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Working on using your abdomen and not your chest for breathing. And to make sure that every time you breathe out, your rib cage comes down toward your pelvic. Okay, so this is the global Gotch match, where you're kind of rolling your abs with the volleyball or rondo ball. Once you find a spot, feel sore, or you kind of need to work on, you can take a deep breath. You're just gonna hold it for 5 seconds, and then sink into the ball once you exhale. One more time. From here you can work into your psoas. And you can add a stretch of your quad, psoas. So kind of in the same fashion, breathe in. Exhale, sink into the ball. So this is a breathing drill to help turn up the hip flexors, which is great for squatting. You gotta get into child's pose, feet together, knees out, get down here, and you're just gonna do some few minutes of basic abdominal breathing. Okay, so this is an advancement of the basic breathing drill into a more advanced breathing drill, the 90-90 wall drill. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your feet on the wall, your legs in a 90-90 position, ball between your legs to enforce some adduction. What you're gonna do is you're gonna lift your hips up just slightly by pulling down on your feet, lie down flat, breathe into your abdomen. This could be advanced into using just one leg on the wall, so like this. Okay, so this is the two versions of the couch stretch. It's a stretch to stretch the hip flexor. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start in this position, slide one knee all the way back to the wall. Your other leg comes forward. You're gonna stay low, keep your spine straight, drop your hip, and then you're gonna squeeze your glute and hold it for up to a minute. This is the low position. From here you can scoot back, use your leg to drive yourself back, keep your shoulders back, but do not overarch, just tighten up your core. This is the high position, keep that for 1 minute too. So this is the banded hip flexor stretch, trying to get the hip into extension, still not trying to overarch, but bringing your shoulders back. So you feel a stretch right here. And in this position, you can even incorporate more of a quad stretch into it, trying to combine these two. Just trying to get into the stretch, hold it. So this is the partner variation of the banded hip stretch, where you can use one one band to mobilize two hips at once. Kind of help each other out, getting that hip into extension. Okay, so this is the smash for the psoas hip flexor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a softball, place it in the groove of the hip, place a kettlebell on top of it, gotta push it down just to smash it. Or we can slightly take off some pressure, bend our knee, put some pressure back on, and slightly extend. So take off some pressure, bend, pressure back on, like that. So this is the quad smash with the med ball. Just rolling slowly over your quads. And once you hit a hot spot, you can even do some flossing. Just pin it down and straighten, bend your knee. So this is the 3D hip mid ball flow. You're going to start off on the inside of your hip. You're going to go all the way to your glute, to the back. So for working on the glutes, you can use either a softball or a med ball. You kind of just want to roll it, find some smashing point, find a hot spot, and once you hit the point, you can do like contract, relax, contract for a few seconds, and then relax, sink deeper into it, or you can more like do some flossing, moving the leg around. And to make it even more tough, you can go more on the side, trying to hit it right there. Okay, so to improve hip capsule tightness, you can bring back one leg, put it back here. You're just gonna pull your hip to the side, and what you should feel is that kind of your hip bone is popping out of your glutes right there. And to make this more into an external rotation,
You could rotate and show both angles.
so this is from the other side. To enforce more of an external rotation, you can drive your knee this way, pin it down, but still do the rocking to the side motion, getting that glute stretch. See from the side, turn your foot inwards. Okay, so if we want to work more of our internal rotation, we're still gonna be one leg back. We're gonna put this leg on the side of the kettlebell, and then you just This is the Cossack squat, going from stretch, stay low, get to the other side, make sure the foot is pointing up, just go back and forth a few times. So this is the single leg flexion, external rotation, mobilization, and what we're trying to do here is mobilize the squat position, one leg at a time. So what we're going to do is we're going to pin down your foot, press your knee out with your elbow, and just go in a slight curve back and forth like this. And once you've done this, you can go ahead and move your hand away. Stay the same. You can get your hand all the way to the floor like this. Then you can rotate your foot out like this. And lastly, pin your foot down again and go into a stretch of the hamstrings. This is from the other side. Still keep your back straight. Get your knees out. Get a dropping motion. Hand away. Hand close. Out. Last, the stretch of the hamstring. This is the bench seated pigeon. So we're going to get in a pigeon position, foot and knee on the bench. Keep our back straight. Just drop the other knee down to get a stretch. Here you can go more into over your knee or more over your foot. Okay, so this is the seated pigeon. Foot on the bench, knee on the bench. Keep your back straight. Drop your other knee to the floor. You can go more over your one knee and more over your foot to get a good stretching. Okay, to mobilize the hamstrings, we're going to place a softball under our thigh. We're going to put some weight on it. Then we're going to go full range of motion with the knee. Extend it as far as possible. Okay, so to promote more flexibility and strength in internal rotation, we're going to set up in a 90 position like this, and then we're going to go from side to side, keeping the feet on the floor, just rocking back and forth without using our hands. Okay, this is another one for getting the internal rotation. We're going to place a med ball between our knees. We're going to lay flat down, and we're going to rotate out, keeping the ball in place. Okay, this is the pelvic reset. So what we're trying to do is trying to use our muscles to realign our pelvis. So we're going to grab around one knee, put our hand on the other knee. We're going to use our breathing, so deep breath. And once we breathe out, we're going to push away with this knee and pull up with this knee, like this. For 5 seconds, switch, repeat. One more time. For the second part, we're gonna place a med ball between our knees. Gonna do the same, lie down, deep breath. And when we breathe out, we're gonna push together as hard as possible. One more time. So this is another way to loosen up the tight back. It's just the back smash. We're gonna place a softball or a lacrosse ball underneath. Just gonna lay here, relax, just search around, find a hot spot. From here you can kind of contract, relax into it. So contract by tightening the core, get some core activation, and then just breathe out, relax. One more time. Okay, so this is once again another way to loosen up the low back. Get in, place a band around your back, place your feet on top of it, get in a hammock, just gonna lie here, relax, you can move around, circles, alternating. Just move your hips around, bring your hips together, more. Okay, so this is another way to get more distraction into the knee capsule while doing the capsule stretch. So get a good stretch in the band. Set up like before. Just let the band pull you into like that. Okay, so this is a hamstring knee stretch. Gotta get into that stretch and just move forward. Hold this. Okay, so this is the Olympic wall squat with external rotation. So get in a squat position, back flat on the floor, foot on your knee. You can push out your knee to get that external rotation. Right there. And to go into an internal rotation, we kind of just put our knees over the other knee. Just gonna pull it into internal rotation.
Are we day 2 or day 3?
Okay, to get the most out of the wall squat, we gotta place a band around our hips, around our knees. This, gotta get into squat position, feet on the floor. Just let it pull you into adduction. Get your hands overhead.